It is no secret that the military pay has been out of date as far as the inflation goes over the past year, 2 years, as we've seen astronomical rises, and we've seen sailors complain endlessly on social media saying they can't pay their bills. We had the Sergeant Major of the Army talking about resources such as food stamps for soldiers out there because of the issues that we're facing and how this economic impact is affecting the military. That can affect readiness. That can affect your ability for security clearance. That can affect your ability to be ready to fight the mission. But it appears that those complaints, that those cries have now officially been heard by the top leadership, which includes the Secretary of Defense, Lloyd Austin. That is because we are now seeing right now a memorandum from him that is addressing every concern that I think everybody was thinking about. And finally, after how many months do I think that we are finally on the road to progressing forward and actually taking care of military members? This was released yesterday, September 22nd, says a memorandum for senior Pentagon leadership and its subject taking care of our service members and families. The Department of Defense has a sacred obligation to take care of our service members and families. Doing so is a national security imperative. Like I said, our military families provide the strong foundation for our force, and we owe them our full support. This is also personal for me. I have firsthand seen how much our military families sacrifice to keep our force strong, healthy, and ready to defend this exceptional nation. In the face of challenges and frustrations, our families show incredible resilience. Over the past year, we have focused on ways to take even better care of our service members and their families. I'm proud to progress that we have made the progress we've made, and we will keep driving hard to even do more. I understand the extraordinary pressures that our military families leadership, include myself, will continue to listen, learn, and lead on issues that we know are critical to stability for our outstanding military families. This is where it gets into the finally. And that is securing affordable basic needs. Our service members and families must be able to secure affordable basic needs. It is a matter of bedrock financial security and a critical individual readiness issue. The President's budget includes 4.6% pay increase for service members starting January 1st, 2023. To further address this issue, I direct the department to review the prospective 2023 Basic Allowance for Housing, BH for short, tables to ensure the calculations reflect the unusually dynamic fluctuations in the housing market. I further direct automatic increases in BEH for active duty service members in the 28 military housing areas that have experienced an average of more than 20% spike in rental housing costs this year above this year's BEH rates. These automatic increases will go into effect in October 2022. We might need a standing ovation. It has been heard. The beings that are higher up have finally understood the pay is not enough and literally the rent is too damn high. As I've said before, I understand the 4.6 pay increase is not going to match what inflation has been done. But man, is this going to have a dramatic effect on the military family. He wants to fully fund our commissaries, grocery stores, to cut prices at the register with the goal of achieving at least a 25% savings on grocery bills compared to the local marketplace. Pay eligible service members basic needs allowance starting January 2023, which is supplemental allowance for service members who qualify based on their gross household income. I have no idea what this actual allowance would be. I'm not sure. I've never heard of this in all my years of being in the military before. So overall, I'm wondering to get more details about this. Is this maybe somebody where their pay for their actual base pay, maybe in their allowance for housing, doesn't meet the basic requirements for their families? Is there a way that they can, move that up? I'm not sure, but that's what it sounds like this might be if I'm speculating. Making moves easier. Service members and families are required to move frequently, and these moves often come with costs that can strain budgets and cause financial uncertainty. Last year, I directed the extension of the temporary lodging expense beyond 10 days for service members and families searching for housing in areas experiencing housing shortages. To further case the process of permanent change of station moves, I directed the department to One, permanently increase standard TLE maximum coverage from 10 days to 14 days for CONUS moves and allow up to 60 days of TLE if a service member is in a specified military housing area with a housing shortage. This will give service members and families significantly more flexibility to secure housing during a PCS move. This will take effect October 2022. This is a little late for me. I wish I had this because coming from Japan back to the States, I only had 10 days to find a place to live. And if you know anything, there's a wait list everywhere. There's some competition where someone else has already gotten it by the time you even get a chance to. And having 2 weeks to find a place is a lot better than 10 days. My only gripe with this financial thing is they're making all of the military people use their government travel card during their PCS to their new duty stations, which we all know the reimbursement time frame for that has been backlogged for a long time. And you have people that are now having to pay that expense within 30 days. So I will say overall, I agree with what's happening here, but I wish we could adjust some stuff as far as that goes. They want to increase the dislocation allowance for E1 to E6 service members to further help offset personal expenses for PCS moves. DLA payments for all service members will now be paid automatically 1 month prior to their move date to preempt out-of-pocket expenses. This will take effect October 2022. Can we get an applaud for that? Standing ovation. The boys are finally getting taken care of. E6 and below, baby. And it's before they move. We are no longer being reactionary. It means we're actually doing something and being proactive. My God, I might roll over in my grave at the end of this. Continue improvements to Military One Source, the department's information portal for military families through enhancements to online moving and housing tools. These online resources must be clear, intuitive, and easy to navigate. My God, does that program suck. I'm glad they're going to probably pay somebody too much to fix it, but let's move on. Further strengthening our support to families. We have made significant progress in this area, but I remain determined to do far more. We've expanded parental leave policies to cover non-chargeable leave following the birth or adoption of a child for both active duty and eligible reserve component service members. The department has brought in the new parent support program to help parents through the joyous but often challenging transition to parenthood, and have updated policies to reimburse nursing service members for shipment of breast milk when on mandated temporary duty travel for more than 3 days up to 24 months after giving birth. Man, it's almost like we care. All right, we must continue to push hard to provide even more affordable child care options for military families. Military Child Development Centers have extended their hours to provide additional coverage for our service members to account for the varied schedules of military service. The department has reached out to additional high-quality, community-based child care providers who agreed to provide care for military families using our free assistance program. Again, round of applause. My God, they say the military is a 24-hour job, and finally, we're in the year 2022. You would have swore we were delivering babies or having kids maybe only up until this point a year ago, but God, we are seeing progress, ladies and gents. Man, quality of life is up. We are seeing a work-life balance like we've never seen before. Yeah, with childcare shortages affecting the entire country, we must do more to help our service members and military children. Yes, to further support our military families with children, I direct the department to, one, make significant investments in child development program facilities and infrastructure to further expand our capacity to provide quality child care. Standardize a minimum of 50% employee discount for the first child of our CDP direct care workers to help attract more talented staff and increase capacity. This will take effect in October 2022. And you might be able to hire some military spouses out there that will work at the CDC and not feel like they're being bent over backwards as they're pretty much working just for the sake of putting their children in the same place they work at. My God, this is getting good, guys. We are on the road to maybe a happy end. Don't take it like that, but you know what I mean. It says improve access to child care programs and resources such as military child care in your neighborhood and expand the in-home child care free assistance pilot program to additional states to provide more options to military families. Now it says expanding spouse employment. I love spouses, right? It says military spouses provide a strong foundation upon which their loved ones in uniform stand. Yes. And our communities and our nation rely on their resilience. We owe them our energetic, unwavering support. Yes, girl. Says to further expand employment opportunities for military spouses, I direct the department to 1. Accelerate the development of 7 additional occupational licensure interstate compacts with organizations representing multiple professions. This will ease a burden for spouses who must go through the often challenging and frustrating process of transferring their professional licenses or credentials with each PCS move. Yes, that sucks, having to move your stuff from one state to the next or whatever else. Like, I thought we were the United States, but when it comes to licensures, because of each state laws, you see a lot of this where they end up not being able to transfer. Increase the use of non-competitive direct hiring authorities for military spouses in the Department of Defense, and further expand remote work and telework options to help military spouses build portable careers. This means they might be able to keep Timmy home. They might be able to work from home, and that means these people are going to be making a lot more money. I'm down for that. I'm down for people being productive that want to work, that aren't going to be cornered into a pigeonhole, not being able to do anything besides be a mom, and they can actually get some kind of success out of being home and still moving forward with what we've seen as, I would say, the great push to this online kind of distance work type environment. And I think that's even where the military ourselves might be adopting here very soon. This is showing promise. And these changes are taking place only from about a week from when this is happening for most of these things. And then the other things that were happening at the beginning of next year are only like 3 months away. So this is promising. And if it's not delivered on, you guys will likely hear about it, know about it, because this is very approximate to when these changes should take place. And I got to commend. I don't get a chance to always commend, but when we have our boys listened to, and they are actually taken seriously, and they're actually listened to, this has to be noted. I know I can be critical. I know I can analyze, but I also have to say, this is progress, and I will take any progress that we get, and I'm looking forward to see if we can make any more changes coming up soon. And if you could make any changes besides this, let me know down in the comments what you guys think it would be, because this is kind of like a baffling, change that I wasn't even expecting. So I'd love to hear if you guys like this topic or other ones you want me to cover. Hit me up on Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, TikTok, or down in the comments below. I love you guys. I'll see you next time.